yeah, the outdoor performance brand Pyua revolutionized the outdoor and sports industry. And with the global technology group Freudenberg, they have found a brilliant partner to team up with. So we're talking about cooperation again. And I would like to ask Timo Perschke and Jutta Quang on stage. So they will present what they have achieved in circularity and in design thinking and the developing process. I'm thanking you in advance that you will not just present that project, but you said you will tell us a lot about the challenges you had with that project, and I thank you for your openness, and yeah, we will hear about obstacles and challenges as well, and thank you.
Okay. So first of all, I'm really nervous. I'm more in the product instead of speak in front of a lot of people. So yeah, I am from Kiel, Moin. So I would like to thank Fashion Sustain Berlin for the invitation and the fact that Messe Frankfurt keeps addressing the issue of eco-responsibility shows that there is a change of thinking in the society. My name is Timo Perschke. I'm the founder of Pure, and I'm very excited to present my sports lifestyle brand to you here in Berlin. A city that tries to shape the eco-lifestyle, but often wrongly appears to be not interested for the sports industry. In 2008, we start to create ski jackets in Kiel, next to the Baltic Sea, made of recycled fabrics. Now, 10 years later, we ship a worldwide unique product to already 8 countries. For a long time, the glittering lifestyle world of sports industry didn't acknowledge issues of social and ecological kind, which was not perceived by the public. Therefore, we are even more excited to get the chance as a selected partner today to give you a short overview of the sports industry as well as our smart, partially unique approach. We all enjoy freedoms and possibilities that even our parents' generation seemed unreachable or were simply not invented yet. Fun and convenience have been at the top of the consumer's wish list for decades. Today, it takes countless possible combinations even to simplify or even to satisfy us with the simplest products. Yeah? Think about how much combinations of coffee you will get at Starbucks, for example. We endlessly long for more, newer, better products without ever being content. Only recent issues like such as melting polar caps, floating in otherwise rather dry areas, or collapsing of factories in low-wage countries cause us to pause and think. How much longer, this is a question, how much longer do we want, or can we burden the world with excessive wastage? Will we continue even if it will minimize the comfort we are looking for? The products that we present to a wide audience worldwide, here also at the fair today, are part of a colorful, shimmering sports and lifestyle industry, for which achievements are everything. Pure is definitely part of a sport lifestyle industry, which has a yearly turnover of 15 billion euro. In order to look good and make use of features like breathability, waterproofness, we all refresh our wardrobe and the rest of our stuff regularly. Trends are being set by us, as well as me as an industry, but as well as the media. They influence buying behavior and the use of the product by pointing out the new indispensable features. These features and the connecting experience of comfort are realized through high-tech materials, plastics. We define 2 essential aspects that should or could be thought about. Chemical products made from raw oil use up from non-renewable resources, require an immense amount of energy, and eventually, because they are unusable for nature, end up in incineration plants. Processing by impregnation is partially scientifically proven to cause cancer. Also has a chemical background, and the long-term effects on humans and nature are yet uncertain. The production of such products mainly take place in low-wage countries. The higher margins that can be realized this way rather benefit the product, but rather raise profits to satisfy shareholders. The lack of control and transparency, often caused by a not so democratic form of government, makes the situation even more blurry. A valid intercontinental accepted seal, for example, to regulate minimum wages or safety doesn't exist from our point of view. Therefore, many companies are forced to make their own rules, which often contradict local laws or differ from our competitors. So the difference is so massive that the production facilities cannot find a really standard for it. The result of this is a dilemma, or rather a maze, of possibility, loopholes, etc., through which only the fewest find their own way. Know-how is rarely shared due to the fear of losing an advantage in front of a competitor. The way we consume products has an effect for and on all of us. So what we can do in order to meet the challenge of look, performance, and social responsibility. First, produce products that have the least possible ecological footprint. Second, follow new paths when it comes to production. And third, bring people with the highest experience together. By doing so we have learned the combination of know-how enables the creation of a product that minimizes problems if the various partners know what to do from the start, even if not all partners know why they have to do it from the start. Just think about recycled ski jackets from Kiel. But now I would like to give the word to Jutta. She presents one of our most important partners, Freudenberg, which might not sound familiar to most people, but the company reflects pure principles perfectly and in all conditions, especially partnership and the transfer of knowledge.
Thanks, Timo. Hello, I'm Jutta Quang, responsible for strategy and apparel. I have been working for the Freudenberg Group for 13 years, 7 of those in various countries in Asia. I have seen the true costs of fashion, which has convinced me that the only way going forward is the road of sustainability. But who's Freudenberg? As a B2B company, for many of you, it might not be a familiar name. In 2016, we had 8.6 billion euro in more than 30 different market segments. This variety was possible by 48,000 employees. I would like to tell you about the size in order to make what we're saying about ecological impact having the weight. Because 30 segments are many, I grouped them into 6. We are active in the market segment of mobility and transport, energy and resources, industry and manufacturing, healthcare and food industry, services, household, Vileda, you might know the cleaning brand, and of course textiles. Today, I would like to have a closer look into performance materials which belong to the area of textiles. Here we focus on automotive interiors, sustainable building materials, hygiene products, medical, shoe and leather goods, and specialties. We are not producing the leather, but we have a sustainable base for putting the leather on. And of course, apparel. We have 60 sales branches worldwide. Why is that interesting? It's because we pride ourselves to have 16 own production facilities. We do develop our own products and we produce it, which gives us full control about what we do. So why did the Freudenberg group prosper for almost 170 years? Well, in my opinion, there are two main reasons. Firstly, of course, we do have a satisfied customer base. We need to earn money. But more important, we provide continuous innovations and functional solutions for discerning customers. And cooperation like this fuels our passions. As a family-owned company, we are in a fortunate position, which enables us to stay with a topic, even if it might not be a commercial success at once. Especially in sustainability, we had been investing in fuel cells for e-mobility since more than 20 years. Besides customers, I think what made it successful for these many years is that the shared values, the guiding principles which you have seen before, are still as relevant today as when they were drafted up by our founders. So why sustainability is especially important in outerwear? Nature. We love nature. We all do. The feeling of being part of something bigger is extremely satisfying. Outdoor lovers amongst you know well the overwhelming feeling of being submerged into that beauty. However, we are also used to comfort, and being outside can be a tough physical experience. We need functions to protect us against the forces of nature. Many outdoor brands have launched various innovations in functional textiles to fulfill that need. However, the true problem arises when performance materials encounter fashion and fall in love. Fashion is wonderful, who can deny it? We use it to define who we are, and we would like to look as fabulous as we can. And frankly, who hasn't looked in the mirror when buying outdoor clothing, when it's supposed to be about functions? People want to look wonderful. This is not set to change, luckily. So the only solution I see we can strive for together is to aim for outstanding quality, quality which is made to last instead just made for consumption. Having sustainable, is this sustainable? Having sustainable processes in place, and most important, utilizing sustainable resources. So, why is recycling key for that? Think about it. 1 million PET bottles are bought every minute. I want to be right with the numbers. And only 7% are turned into new bottles. They're said to biodegrade after 450 years, but who knows? Nobody of us will get that old. What I find important is many of our clients have understood that purity of material is very important for circularity. So I'm talking now about plastic. The big issue is also when you have polyester mixed with others and try to get them apart. So the production goes on. 16,000 PET bottles are produced every second. that has been 50,000 new bottles since you have started wondering if this fish is truly in a plastic bottle or not. 50,000, just imagine. And yes, it is. Freudenberg is it's the leading PET recycling company in Europe. We have been passionately committed to the topic of recycling ever since we started to recycle in 1991. Nowadays, in 3 of our own plants, Novetrate, Pistici and Colmar, we recycle about 7 million PET bottles a day. It's nothing, but it's a drop. I'd like to show you some pictures of our facilities. Here you see Italy, our facility in Italy. Every day, millions of PET bottles arrive from sorting plants in Europe. Trucks deliver the PET bottles in heavy wire-bound bales. One bale is about 600 kilograms. They are tightly compressed to make them easier for transport. To begin with, bottle caps are removed, labels are peeled off, and foreign substances such as PVC, rubber or styrofoam are separated and sorted by detectors along the recycling conveyor, leaving only polyester behind. The plant washes the bottle and crushes them into flakes. Xavier has just showed you the same process. We have it in the scale. Plastic crumbs with an average edge length about 10 millimeters. PET bottles are then melted and spun into a continuous yarn. Various steps in the production process produce stable fibers. So in the end, that's the final result. You can see during the carding process, the fibers are combed into loose, voluminous nonwovens and subsequently thermally bonded, so no chemicals. The result is a homogeneous polyester nonwoven fabric, as you can see here. Therefore, we are very excited about our collaboration with Pyua as the first step. It's only the first step, and we are just starting into circularity. I really see if making use into materials which go to waste otherwise. So we are recycling 2.5 billion PET bottles every year. If you would imagine you laid end to end, it's 15 times across the earth. Bring it back to use. So we are strongly committed because partnerships make something possible, and with the approach that we also bring the concept which we have in other industries like roofing already long time in place into fashion. Thank you, Timo, for having me.
Yeah, as you can see, pure, our color is blue. So water is the origin of all life, the oldest mirror of mankind, but especially the perfect cycle operated by nature itself in every single state of aggregation. This endless and clean cycle needs to be adapted. This was our idea. Today we can do this only with mono-material polyester, which is available already recycled. After all, we want to keep enjoying, which means protecting nature as we see it today. Water, the origin of all life, the oldest mirror of mankind, and our passion in all states of aggregation. Simply by using these materials, Pure is able to reduce the energy use up to 84% compared to conventional production methods, and we save more than 77% of CO2 emissions. Overproduction, which of course is trash as well, can be avoided this way. The communicating and spreading of alternative ways of production is still not being focused on enough by the sports retailers of the world. Visit a supermarket, you will find bananas, bio bananas, coffee, fair trade coffee, whether it's a discounter or a delicious store. Fashion as well as sports textile retailers are completely overdue to catch up with this development. At some point, clothing is out of style. Recycling of textiles is always in style. With the company Venkhaus, we found an exclusive partner who already has almost 100 years of experience, over 100 years this year, of experience in textile recycling, and who developed a return process that allows to sort out pure products electronically in future. Hence, we can feed them into the perfect recycling cycle and by that receive our own raw material back. Some of these ideas might still be utopia even, so they are already technically realized. A lot will depend on the consumers and their own participation. At first, the retail structure appears highly fragmented. However, they are organized and controlled by 2 or 3 purchasing associations and chain stores per country. I'm talking only for the sports industry. Our idea of an over-the-desk model or just a pledge jacket, everything was rejected by them. Therefore, we decide to go with a return system that's already familiar to almost of all our potential consumers. Thanks to our partner Venkhaus from Hamburg, we have access to almost 15,000 return points, and we are able to widen the system globally. Therefore, a few years ago, we created an app in cooperation with Venkhaus that helps you to find and locate the nearest used clothes container. Quite simple today, but very useful. Together with our partner, we define the composition of our products in order to guarantee mono-material recycling. Long story short, our clothes get sorted out and cut up, separating polyester from non-polyester. Non-polyester such as zippers, buttons, hang tags, etc. Will be turned into building material, for example, or will be used for the car material. Polyester gets purified and then is chemically not distinguishable, meaning it's the same quality as conventional polyester. But ecological responsibility also is social responsibility. Transparency and personal control are the main priority from us from the very first beginning, supported by common sense and the Fairwear Foundation. We produce where we find at that time the best partner possible, regardless of location, country, season, commercial aspects. Sustainability means for Pyua that every single part of production chain can survive in a long term and identify with our products. They have to like producing Pyua products. What it comes down to is handiwork. It's not made with machines. So we consciously choose a production under fair conditions, which is always not very easy, but at the end of the day, the right and for us, the only way. Ecorrect Outerwear from Kiel in northern Germany, guided by a textile recycler from Hamburg and produced worldwide with the best partners. We are one of a kind in the world. The uniqueness is essential for every single one of our products. You will not find products of Pyua which are different. Not today, not tomorrow. And our products are constructed for endless usage. We try to turn yesterday's green jacket into tomorrow's red pants. Thank you very much. But beside of partners, I would like to thank you to our team in Kiel. They do really a hard job to follow my ideas. My wife is very important to do this. She takes care of my family and allows me to be here in Berlin instead of coldly Kiel. Thank you very much. And yeah, I hope to see you after we have 20 years of experience.
Yeah.
Thank you.